Creating your voiceover travel rig. Let's do it. Hey, what's up? Today we're going to talk about something that every serious voice actor should have in your equipment arsenal, and that is your travel rig, or your equipment that you take with you if you ever have to go out of town for an extended period of time. Because, what happens if you do have to do that? Well, sometimes your clients can't wait until you get back. So this will allow you to record and edit and audition and keep your business moving forward if you happen to be out of town. Now, first I want to talk about something serious, and that is take your vacations. Don't feel like you have to take your equipment every time you leave town. I fell into the habit of doing that pretty early on and just got burnt out. So a vacation is there for a reason. So leave your equipment at home and enjoy your vacation. But if for some reason you do have to go out for a longer amount of time and you do want to take your equipment with you, or you just want to maybe do a working vacation, then this is going to be a great video for you to kind of put together your travel rig so that you don't miss any opportunities. Quick reminder before we dive in, if you're serious about taking your voiceover career to the next level, then check out the Voiceover Blueprint. That is my main training program and community where we teach everything from how to set up your studio, how to find and keep the right clients, performance, and everything in between. So if you want to learn more about it and book a free call, check out the link in the description and pinned comment below and find out more. Okay, why do you need a travel setup? Well, it comes down to freedom and professionalism. Because one of the best things about this career is that you can do it from pretty much anywhere. Now, it's really nice to be able to do it from home in your studio, but there are going to be some times when maybe a client has a pickup that you need to fix, or maybe a quick audition that you have to take care of. Clients don't care where you record as long as what you send them sounds professional. So with a reliable setup like this, you can set it up pretty much wherever you are and never miss an opportunity. Plus, with the right setup and the right gear, it'll sound just like it does from your actual home recording studio. Okay, first up is your microphone. Now, just like in your normal recording booth, it's a very important part of the equation. If you can take your existing microphone that you normally use every day, that'll help you sound more consistent from previous jobs that you've done versus the jobs that you're doing while you're out. If you need something more compact and portable, then you may be able to switch over to, say, a USB microphone if you don't already use that, and just save that for plugging into your laptop so that you can record on the go. Of course, the next thing you're going to need, if you have an XLR microphone like this one, you are going to need an interface. Now, you can use your existing one once again and pack it up and take it with you, or you can buy a more compact travel interface. Either way works as long as it transfers your analog signal into a digital signal for your computer. A couple of options for those that are nice and compact would be the Focusrite Scarlett Solo or the Audient ID4. Next are your headphones, and I personally don't like to record with headphones, but in non-controlled situations like in your booth, you might need to use those, or you may just be used to using them anyway. So make sure that the headphones you use are good studio-sounding headphones. In a pinch, you can always use earbuds. Just remember, stay away from noise-canceling headphones or Beats or any of those kinds of headphones that are made for listening to music because they tend to be bass-heavy, and you want to make sure that you get an accurate representation of what actually is entering the microphone in your ears. Okay, now that you got those out of the way, let's talk about your recording software or your DAW. That is going to be what you record into, obviously. So a lot of the DAWs out there have multiple licenses that you can install on multiple computers. So you can have it installed on your main computer at home, and you can also put it on a laptop. If for some reason you don't have a laptop and you want to use, say, an iPad, your choices are a little more limited, but a good one for an iPad would be Twisted Wave. They actually have an iPad version of it that you can plug right into and use that for your recording. And of course, don't forget to bring all the cables you need, whether it be USB cables, HDMI cables, any sort of connection cables that you're going to need, especially your XLR microphone cable if you are using an XLR microphone.
And now for something completely different.
Black Friday is almost here, guys, and we here at the Voiceover Blueprint are doing something pretty special, something we've never done before. So if you want to be the first to find out about what this insane deal is for Black Friday, There's a link in the description and pinned comment below where you can sign up and be on the waiting list to be the first ones to find out when this thing drops. So if you're serious about your voiceover career, you do not want to miss this. So more details coming soon.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
And last but not least, let's talk about probably the most important part, and that is the acoustics. Of course, everywhere you go is going to be a different scenario. You could be at a hotel room, you can be in an Airbnb, you could be at your parents' house, wherever you're going. You want to make sure that you're able to set up your recording space and have it as acoustically treated as possible. So here's an example. From time to time, I like to go to Birmingham to visit my parents, and I'll sometimes go there for a week at a time. Now that's kind of a working vacation, so I take all my equipment with me, and they have a spare room, and they have a set of bunk beds in there for my nieces. And so what I do is I set up my booth in this room, and I use the bunk beds as kind of a setup or a recording space. So I can basically build a fort using the top bunk as the top of the booth, and then drape blankets and stuff in pillows and that kind of thing. And it really sounds as professional as this booth does, and I can work there all week. My customers have no idea. Now, if you do want to spend a little money and actually buy a booth that you can always have ready and travel with you, there's a couple of options for you. The first one is called the Tri-Booth, and that was designed by my friend George the Tech Whittam, who is a well-known audio engineer in the voiceover industry. Another option is Vocal Booth to Go, and those are made to travel and break down and set up very easily. So if you're going to be somewhere for an extended amount of time, you can get one of those, and they make them where you can put them in a duffel bag and even take them on a plane. Another option that I've used personally at an Airbnb up in Flagstaff a couple of years ago, my wife and I wanted to get out of the Phoenix heat, so we went up to Flagstaff for a working trip. And I set up in one of the closets there, and I just took a bunch of pillows and cushions and stuff and just jammed them in all the closet spaces and set up in that closet. It worked perfectly. Another thing you might want to think about is when you travel somewhere, you're probably not going to have a boom arm like this one where you can move your microphone around. So you probably would need to buy some sort of a desktop microphone stand that you can still get the right mic proximity so that you can sound like you normally sound. And it probably goes without saying, but whenever you're setting this up, wherever you are, try to stay away from windows and vents and air conditioning systems. Those kinds of things can make it a little trickier if you're trying to make sure you get a consistent sound every time. Here's another tip. If you have an effects rack that you normally use on your DAW, you can make sure that you save that and use it wherever you are, because it'll apply the same effects with maybe just a couple of little tweaks that you can make. That way you'll have as close to the sound you have at home when you're away. Also, let's talk about saving your work. Now, when you're traveling, you may not be able to take a bunch of external drives and stuff like that with you, or you probably could if they're small enough. But if you're using your main computer, your hard drive on your computer at your booth to save your work, you're going to need an alternative for that. And that's where cloud storage comes in handy. So whether you like, G Suite or OneDrive for Microsoft or Dropbox, just make sure that you back everything up on your computer just in case something goes wrong while you're out there traveling. Now, it's up to you whether or not you want to let your clients know you're leaving town. I mean, if you can get your sound as dialed in as close to your original booth as possible, you may not need to. Here's what I do, and this is whether or not I take my travel rig or not. If I do take my travel rig, then I know that I'm going to be available, so I will let people know that I am going to be traveling, but I will be available. Other times, if I'm going on vacation, like I said earlier, I'm on vacation. So I'll still let people know that I'm going to be out in case they have a deadline. They can get it to me early, and I can get it back to them before I leave town, or they're going to have to wait till I get back. And here's something that always happens whenever I send out one of those emails. I always get an influx of work at that time because, it jogs people's memory that I need to get that over to Mike. And so I always get a big influx of jobs right before I leave town. And then, of course, as usual, whenever you leave town, that's when all the work seems to occur. So that's just how it is. In a pinch, I've actually heard of people doing recordings in a car. Now, I've never done this myself, but cars are built to have very good acoustics inside. And so I definitely know people who have used the inside of their car to record auditions or pickups or little jobs like that. Now, I'm not saying you should set up in your car all day and work in it, but in a pinch, it does work. Now, when it comes to packing all this stuff up, I like to take all my stuff in their original packaging just because it helps kind of protect it in travel. And always, always carry it on. Never check all this equipment because somebody loses your bag. You know how they throw those things around. You've seen them, right? They're called throwers, the baggage handlers. Don't do that. Keep it in a carry-on. Take it with you on the plane, in a backpack or in a duffel bag. That's going to ensure that you get it where you want it to be safely. Okay, so let's recap. I think it's a good idea for you to have a travel rig. Just remember, when you go on a real vacation, try to go on vacation. Work doesn't have to go with you everywhere. But once again, this is the great thing about this job is the freedom. So if you want to go on a little working trip like I do from time to time, just to mix things up, that's what these things are made for. And if you do at the beginning don't want to lose any of those opportunities, you'll have this option so that when you travel, you can never miss an opportunity and hopefully continue to build your business. You'd be surprised at how good you can sound if you just take a little bit of time and pre-plan and use some of the stuff around that area, things like blankets and pillows. And I've used ironing boards as the main desk setup and draped a microphone over it so that it hangs in front of me, and blankets and all kinds of stuff. But remember, it doesn't have to look good, it just has to sound good. Well, I hope this helped. If you're just now starting to build a travel rig, I hope these tips kind of help you get off on the right foot so that you can enjoy this career that we've got that does provide a lot of freedom. If you know how to set up one of these kind of booths correctly, you can record anywhere in the world. If it did help, feel free to hit the like and subscribe button and hit that notification bell, and leave a comment down below. Have you already got a travel rig set up? And if not, are you thinking about doing one? Let me know in the comments. And when you're traveling, there is a right way and a wrong way to use your microphone. So if you want to learn a little bit more about microphone proximity and how to get the best possible sound out of your microphone, then check out this video right here.